Hi, in this 7th video on investment accounting, we are going to learn about bonus shares, right issue, and pre and post acquisition dividend. This is a copyrighted video, so copy of this work, editing and re-editing of this video is an offense and legally punishable. Welcome you all. We have tried to develop short but detailed videos. Wherever it was not possible, we have tried to shorten the length of the video by considering quantum of the contents. So, kindly watch this video completely for better understanding and application. Let's begin. What is the meaning of bonus shares? In simple terms, bonus shares are cost-free shares to the existing equity shareholders. What is the impact of bonus shares? Bonus shares helps in reducing the cost of existing shareholdings. Let us take an example. Suppose if we have 1000 shares of rupees 10,000, that is 10,000 is the total cost. So cost per unit for us will be 10,000 divided by 1000, which is rupees 10 per share. Now, assume that we have got 1000 shares as a bonus shares. Now, of course, since these are bonus shares, we don't have to pay any cost. So, cost will remain same, rupees 10,000. But what will happen here? Earlier, we have 1000 shares and 1000 shares we have got as a bonus shares. So, total shares we have till date is rupees 2000. What will happen? If you are calculating cost per unit now, then 10,000 divided by 2000, it will be rupees 5 per share. Earlier it was rupees 10 per share, now it is rupees 5 per share. It means the bonus share helps in reducing cost of existing shareholdings. Now let us see what is the accounting of bonus shares in the books of investors. When bonus shares are received, we have to record it on the debit side of investment account in the column of face value or in the column of nominal value. And when bonus shares are sold, then we have to record it on the credit side of investment account. And as per Income Tax Act, this total proceeds of bonus shares, that is full sale proceeds of bonus shares, will be considered as capital gain. This point is very important for us to remember, that full sale proceeds of bonus shares is to be considered as capital gain. Now what is right shares? Again, meaning of right share in simple term, that shares offered by the company to the existing equity shareholders at a specific price are called as right shares. Now let's see the accounting part of right shares in the books of investors. We have to remember 3 important points for right shares for accounting part. The first one is right shares are subscribed by the investor. Then we have to record on the debit side of investment account in the column of face value or nominal value, and we have to also record the cost paid in the capital column or cost column of investment account. In case if the shares are purchased, that is purchase of right shares from outside, then we have to debit investment account and we have to record in the face value or nominal value column and amount paid in the cost column, or it is also called as capital column. Next is, in case if the shares are not subscribed but sold, I'll repeat, if the shares are not subscribed but sold, it is also called as sale of right entitlements. Sale of right entitlement. In this case, there should not be any effect in investment account. Why? Because as per accounting standard 13, the sale proceeds is to be credited to profit and loss account in case if the shares, that is right shares, are not subscribed but sold, that is in case of sale of right entitlement, whatever sale proceed received is to be credited to profit and loss account. Let us see the dividend part of it. There are two types of dividend. First one is pre-acquisition dividend. What is pre-acquisition dividend? It is the dividend related to period before purchase of shares or period prior to purchase of shares or acquisition of shares. The second one is post-acquisition dividend. What is it? It is related to period after purchase of shares or period after acquisition of shares. Now, this pre-acquisition dividend should be credited directly to investment account and it should be written in the column of capital or in the column of cost. In case of post-acquisition dividend, it should be credited to profit and loss account. So I am repeating these two things. First, pre-acquisition dividend is to be credited to investment account directly and it should be written in cost column or capital column. However, in case of post-acquisition dividend, it should be credited to profit and loss account. Now let us take a practical example or illustration. On 1st February 2020, Ms. Pia purchased 500 equity shares of TIS Limited of rupees 100 each at rupees 525 per share cum dividend. The brokerage, other taxes and stamp duty paid rupees 1000. Company closes its books on 31st March every year. On 1st June 2020, company has declared dividend at the rate of 50% for the year ended 31st March 2020 and they are asking us to calculate pre and post acquisition dividend. First of all, we have to calculate pre-acquisition period, which is 10 months. How it is 10 months? What is the last date of the year end? 31st March 2020. When we have purchased the shares on 1st February 2020. So the accounting year is started on 1st April 2019. So from the first day of the accounting year up to the date of purchase is a period of pre-acquisition period, which is 10 months. That is 1st April 2019 to 31st January 2020. Secondly, we need to calculate post-acquisition period, which is of 2 months. That is from the date when we purchase the shares to the last date of the accounting year. We have purchased the shares on 1st February 2020 and accounting year ends on 31st March 2020. So from 1st February 2020 to 31st March 2020, that is February and March, the post-acquisition period consists only 2 months. Now let us calculate the pre-acquisition dividend. Now as you know that dividend is always calculated on face value or nominal value. Here we have 500 equity shares and the face value is rupees 100. So 500 multiplied by rupees 100, we have 50,000 as a nominal value of the shares we have purchased, as a face value that we have purchased. Now face value is 50, 1000 and the rate of dividend is 50%. So 50% of 50,000 is 25,000. 50,000 multiplied by 50% is equal to 25,000. So here we come to know the total amount of dividend that we have received, which is 25,000. Now we want to calculate for 10 months. Also we want to calculate for 2 months. So it is simple. If the total is 25,000, divide by 12. So we'll get the dividend per month multiplied by pre-acquisition period of 10 months. So we'll get rupees 20,833 rupees. In case of post-acquisition period, again 25,000 divided by 12 multiplied by post-acquisition period, which is 2 months. So is equal to 4,167. So here pre-acquisition dividend is rupees 20,833. Now if you take the total of this 20,833 and rupees 4,167, it becomes the value of total dividend that we have received. Now let us see the journal entry of it. First, that we have received the amount, so cash bank comes in. Therefore cash bank account debit rupees 25,000. As here we have already seen that pre-acquisition dividend should be directly credited to investment account. So to investment account, here the pre-acquisition dividend is 20,833. So to investment 20,833 and to dividends rupees 4,167, which is to be credited to profit and loss account. I hope all your doubts regarding this is clear. So thank you all. If you have not subscribed my channel, please subscribe it, hit the bell icon, share it, like it. Happy learning to you all.